Let's see here. Testing, testing. Hello, is anybody there? Okay. Hi, Bubba. Can you hear me okay? Am I loud enough? Tim, hello? Yes? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, good. All right. Well, we're a little early here. I just wanted to make sure this thing works. This is 2 times in a row I got it right. All righty. Okay, where's the timer on this thing? Oh, there it is. We got about 5 minutes. Okay. All righty. So how have you been doing, Bubba? Are you doing good? Maybe you walked away. That's great. Oh, thank you. I'm good. That's good. We have a connection here. That's excellent. We just have a couple minutes and we'll get started. Hello, Germany. Oh, that's awesome. Stefan, it's good to see you all the way from Germany. It's almost 90 degrees here, so you're going to hear my air conditioner in the background. What's the weather like in Germany? And we got a Canadian on here, our neighbors, our wonderful neighbors. Hello, Edward. Pennsylvania, Northeast. Now, how close is Northeast from the Martin Guitar Factory? Oh, it's warm there too, huh, Stefan? Okay, yeah, I had to turn the air on here. Usually I turn it off because you can hear it come over through the microphone. You know. Very close. Oh, that's neat. How many times have you visited, Dee? Oh, you might be going shortly. It's a great place to visit. I enjoyed going there so much. In fact, when I was in Pennsylvania, I went to a steakhouse there that I really, really liked. It had a name of a highway. I don't know if you know what that is, but it was wonderful food and fantastic steak. And it wasn't too far from the Hershey factory. You have an ovation. Oh, that's neat. Is it one that's made here in the United States? I used to have an Ovation guitar. I bought one back in the 70s and I didn't keep it. The fretboard was checking all over the place on it, probably because of the weather, and I didn't know how to take care of it. Probably all I needed to do was condition it. But yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. Why don't we just get started now? We've got about 17 of you on there, and usually we have more by now, but who knows? Maybe I didn't advertise this enough, and we'll see what happens. I have to say my channel's been growing, and about a couple more thousand, I'll be at 20,000 subscribers. And I don't know what I'm going to do to celebrate, but I'm surprised because it's been less than a year and a half. And I've been able to get that many subscribers, and it's because of all of you that this is happening. And so it's really exciting, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of work, though. It is a lot of work. I try to put out a video. I was putting them out every day, and it's not. It's just. It's very time consuming, so it doesn't work. So I'm sort of backing off, and like every day and a half, you'll see something. But yeah, I have to be real careful, that I don't let other things go because I'm doing videos every constantly. And but it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it so much, and surprising. But I'll tell you, if you're thinking about doing a channels to make money or whatever, don't quit your day job because that doesn't happen. But still, that's not why I do it as much, because I do a lot of donations from it, but that is not the reason why I do it. I do it because I enjoy guitars, and this is I've retired, and it's just a way to share what I've learned over the years, and it's been a lot of fun. So, yeah, so I thought today, it's just me, so I'm going to try to read through these things. Let's see. Winnicky Mark just got my mint condition 2011 Eastman. Oh, a jumbo. Oh my goodness. I played an Eastman for the first time at McCabe's down in LA, and I was floored by how well that guitar played. It was just a small body guitar, and it had a solid top, laminated back and sides, and it was amazing. So I can't imagine what that jumbo sounds like. So anyways, stunning. Next will be the McKinsey & Mar. Oh, you'll like that, Ian Tyson. That is fantastic. And the 12 string, they're fantastic guitars. And it's funny you're bringing this up. I don't know if your name is Nikki or Win or Winnicky or Mark, but it's good you brought this up because that was my subject for today was favorites. And I wanted to do favorites that you have and favorites that you don't have. And I thought we would do different categories like guitars and travel guitars and strings and different things like that. And just to get a sense of, what it is that you want to see, because I'm going to be going on a road trip coming up. And I'd like to know, what it is that people they'd love to have, first of all, or that they have and they just love it. So, hi, Chris from Tennessee. That's fantastic. It's good to see you on here. And Madeline and CM Transportation. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So we got Madeline D. And if I miss you, it's because it's just me. I don't have somebody reading through these and speaking over my shoulder to say you missed that. Hi, Rick. Well, you don't want to lose the connection. You're not too late. We're just getting started on favorites. So I'm going to start it out, okay? Now, in terms of guitars, favorite guitars that I have, it's a really hard choice, exactly which one I like the best. But I guess I'm going to have to give it to my little Gibson. You notice I use it a lot. And the reason why I do is because the size of it, first of all, it's a 12 fret and it fits in the screen so that it's easier for me to videotape it so you can see my fingers. So that's one reason, but it's not that. It's just a very comfortable guitar. And I have guitars that cost a whole lot more than this one. But I still come back to this little guitar. It's perfect action, perfect balance, sounds great, and it's just comforting. So that's my favorite. So how about you? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite guitar that you already have? You're getting thunderstorms. Oh my goodness, Chris, we're just 90 degrees here. I had to turn the air conditioning on. So you have a PRS Blue Mateo Great Acoustic. Is that like I have a PRS, but it's called the Tonnerre. Is it small like that, or is that a larger size guitar? You lost your fingers today in the mandolin. Okay, I'd like to see that. So you have Madeline, you have a 12 fret. I look at 12 fret. Taylor, you have a Taylor 12 fret. Oh, those are really neat. I've played Taylor 12 frets, the small bodies, and they sounded great. They're beautiful guitars. They really are. Um, let's see here. Nope, you don't have a favorite. Anybody have a favorite guitar? Let's see. So you write it down, and if you come up with a favorite, write favorite and write the guitar's name. A PRS, another PRS, the Angelus. Okay, that's interesting. Those are really good deals, those Angelus. I've seen them come up. I've never played one before. Um, I'll tell you, let me move on to guitars that I would love to have. I don't know. Just recently, I've played so many different guitars, and it's, I'd be broke if I got everything I loved. I think we all would be. Um, and so I would say my favorite that I don't own. Let's see, there's an Iris that I played. I don't know if you're familiar with Iris, but they're made back east here in the United States, and they're kind of budget guitars. They're not super. They can be costly because some of them go up 2,000-3,000, but that's it. They're not 5,000-10,000. But they have one that's called a Tuxedo, and it's a real small little guitar. It's black and white. It's just mostly black top on it, and it just played beautiful, and I just loved it. I fell in love with that guitar. It's called the Iris Tuxedo. It's really neat, but they sell a number of other Irises that I liked as well. And then there was another guitar made by Santa Cruz. It was a triple O and a Collins double O. Atkins. Oh my goodness, I was at the acoustic shop in Nashville, and those Atkins guitars are absolutely amazing. Bedell is another one. I loved the Breedlove, but I think Bedell just wiped them out. Bedell just went over the top. They're fantastic guitars. And then there's Froggy Bottom. I have to say, though, I played some that weren't set up right, so I can't, it's really hard to say, but they're beautiful guitars. I've had a McPherson before, and I love those guitars as well, but I bought one that was way too big for me, and if I had a choice to get one today, they have one smaller size that I would be interested in. So that's my favorite. So let's see what yours is. Okay, so that's favorites that I'd like to buy. I don't own them. Okay, so Dan. Okay, I gotta back up a little bit here. Edward, favorite. Let's see, slope shoulder dreadnoughts. And you like your Epiphone. Oh my goodness. Those Epiphones, they're solid wood all the way around. And you can't, I don't know if you have one that's solid, but you cannot beat the price. Yeah, Goldilocks guitar. That's interesting. It's not too boomy and not too bright. Yeah, they are workhorse guitars. And favorite cheap. Oh, that's a good one, Dan. Recording King. I got a recording. I bought one off of Musicians Friends. It was years ago that this happened. They had some big deal sale on Recording King, and it was super, super cheap. But when I got it, when you looked, and if you put it up to the light and look inside, there were holes, or you could see through down in here where the braces weren't set right, and you could see through it. I can't explain it, but it was really made poorly, so I sent it back. But I've played some Recording Kings, and they are really, really nice too. Let's see. Side note question. Have a moment. Okay, hold on to that. Have you ever played Freight Train? Yes, I have. I can't play it now because if I do, it doesn't come across. I don't know why. And I guess I was going to ask a question about that. If anybody knows, if I buy the right kind of microphone, can I make the music sound better through my laptop? I just can't get it. It sounds muffled. So that was a good question, but we'll hold on to that for a second. Okay, so Ward, Breedlove Ghost Concert. Oh, okay, Breedloves. Those are beautiful instruments. And I don't know if you've ever played the Atlas, but if you don't have a lot of money, if you pick up one, you won't go wrong. Uh, Shovel. I love your name, Shovel. Wait, he said something to Mark, and I missed whatever Mark's statement was. I don't know what it is, so I apologize, Mark, for missing that. Okay, Ward, any Gibson acoustics? Besides this Gibson here, this is the only Gibson I have. Maybe, but I've played things like the Hummingbirds. Those are beautiful guitars. But I noticed that years ago, back like in the 80s, I say years ago, it seems like just yesterday. But when you picked up a Gibson guitar, the strings to me felt like they were a lot of tension. Now you go in the store and you pick up the Gibson and the strings, they're relaxed more. There's less tension. They play better. I'm really surprised at that. And in some ways, there's been some Epiphones that I felt play just as good as a Gibson, if not better. I mean, they're pretty amazing. Let's see. So you'd like to have a Hummingbird. Those are beautiful guitars. I love the looks of those guitars. When I was at, let's see, what store was that? How could I forget it? Palin Guitars in Missouri. Now that's a store that you have to visit. They have several stores actually, but the one that I went to, the manager there, Nate, he's a district manager. He makes the place. He's fantastic. Anyways, they had some amazing guitars there. Just absolutely fabulous, and beautiful Gibson that I picked up there and played. I was just floored by it. Let's see here. Hummingbirds on your list. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. You have to fly to California, Van Nuys, Escondida, and Oakland. Yeah, I'm not in those areas, although I am in Northern California. And when I play, I'm playing in church. So you'd have to come to a church service. So, but that's where I play. I play at two different campuses every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know, you name it. It seems like I'm there. And lately we've been having a revival going on. So it's been every night almost. I get a break this week. I'm so glad. So, although we had a great time. What's the loudest Dreadnought that I've ever played? One that growls. Oh, wow, that's a good question. I would say the Larrivee comes. Have you ever played a Larrivee Dreadnought? It's shocking. That thing just steps right out. It's just, those are beautiful instruments. So Larrivee is one of them. The Martin guitars, the vintage ones, absolutely. In fact, I had somebody gave me one to kind of go over it and redo the frets, just kind of crown them again and do a little work on it. And so I went through it, and that guitar, I think it was 1954. It was amazing. I mean, it sounded fantastic. And it's one of those ones that growl, just steps out. Fantastic if you're a bluegrass player. Ontario. I'd recommend Epiphone inspired Gibson. Yeah, those are the solid woods. They are really nice, Edward. And I have to say, let's see here. As far as a stage guitar, if you have a stage guitar, what would you choose? I mean, right now I've been using a Fender Highway. And the reason why I use it is, to me, it's lightweight. It's a little under 6 pounds. It doesn't have a whole lot of bells and whistles. You just plug it in, and I use a pedal board. And so it just sounds real clean. And that's what I want it for, is rhythm. So it sounds great. It's a really nice instrument, not super expensive, about $1,000. And so I don't have to worry about it. I can leave it. If something happens to it, there's a loss, but it's not terrible. I recently bought a Godin steel multi-act that I tried out, but it weighs about 7 pounds, and that extra pound to me made a little bit of difference in terms of my comfort and standing there. You have to remember I'm getting old, so if I was young, it wouldn't make a bit of difference. Back then, I could fly. But things change as you get older, so you have to kind of watch what you do. I also have an Emerald X10. It's a carbon fiber guitar, Emerald out of Ireland, that is super, super nice for stage. And it doesn't weigh that much. It weighs about, a little under 6 pounds. So it's a nice, comfortable guitar. But guitar that I don't have that I would like, there's two of them that I'd like to try out. The Taylor T5Z I used to own. I had the low end T5Z. It was a mahogany one. And I played it and played it and played it to where the switches started kind of going bad. And then the pickups started falling off the top, which that's an easy fix. You could, glue it back on with some super glue or something. But the switch, I after that started going bad, I didn't want to deal with it. And I think it was beyond its warranty. So I just got rid of it. And I wish I didn't. I really liked that guitar. It's another one of those that plugs in and it's just super comfortable, Taylor T5Z. But I'd also like to try the LR Baggs AEG1, but so far, everywhere I go, no one has it. So I've never yet been able to play one. I went to one store and they said they don't hold them. They didn't like them. I don't know why they didn't like them. They said they were too heavy. I looked at the weight. They weigh the same as my Fender. They're under 6 pounds. So I'm not sure where they got that from. So I still would like to try those out. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so Tracy, favorite Taylor G S Mini. Those are really, really neat. You'd like to have a Martin. Let me back up a little bit. Bubba, Daily Driver Fender Highway Series, light and easy to play for the win. So you have one too, if I'm reading that right. That's awesome. Angelique has locked my piggy bank. Well, she should, Rick. I think you're a spender. You gotta listen to the wife. Madeline, I have a Guild M20 parlor, and I'm finding that traveling, I need a small travel guitar. Well, that's a really good point. Small travel guitar. I'll tell you one that I really like. I've actually brought this with me, but it's not a good choice for travel. You don't want this, leave this in the car when you go into a restaurant. So I've tried different things. I had a GS Mini, and I didn't keep it. I liked it. It was fine, but the nut was too narrow, and it was I don't know that it was a 12 fret, obviously, and it just was short. It was too short. So I didn't keep it. I wanted something with more of a full neck. So what I got was, let me see, I've got it right here. Just so happens I have it. And so I bought this, the Sheeran by Loudon. These are about $800, I think, somewhere around there. I got this when I was at the Wildwood Guitars in Colorado. And it has a solid top and laminated back and sides. I think that's walnut. And it's just it's a really nice guitar. It sounds great. I don't know. It's just real comfortable, and it has a 1.69 on the nut, so it's something that's comfortable. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not really a short scale. So then I run into this other problem. I have to use the case it came in, and it's not a bad case, but it's longer. I like the mono cases. They have one for short scale guitars, and because this is a short scale, it doesn't fit in it. And I really wanted to fit in that case because it gives really great protection. Those mono cases are fantastic. But the GS Mini would have fit in it, and it did. And so does my Gibson. It fits in it, and so does my PRS. It fits in it. Okay, so let me go back here. Yeah, a short scale neck is always great, especially for female players, because then you have this ability to reach. You know, if you have a scale that's like 27 or whatever, 26 even, it's really hard to reach and to grab certain notes. You know, this I have a span like 5 frets, and it's real comfortable to me. Whereas if you get a longer scale, it's not. So if you get a short scale, it's so much nicer. So yeah, short scale I love too, especially for small hands. Uh, your GS Minis are 14 fret. Are they all 14 frets? Maybe they are. I forgot. It's been a while. I played one that was it was a special that they had last year. They had some special tone woods on them, and they were, it was beautiful. How's the practice on the synthesizer? That's a really good question. Let me pull it out here. It's been going pretty good. There we go. Let me put this here. All right. So yeah, so I picked this up. I got it for $500, and I bought it used, and it works perfectly fine. In fact, it was never used. The guy had it in the box. The power cord wasn't never even unwound. It still had the factory wine on it. So it was basically unused. And so there's a learning curve to it, but I picked up quite a bit just watching videos in terms of how to use it. So I'm going to do a video on it. It's a lot of fun when you plug the Godin or my Emerald guitar, and both have a 13-pin MIDI on them. This thing can make them sound like a church organ, like horns and piccolos, and not only that, it has an expression pedal on it, so you could be playing a lead and then bring strings into the background or something. It's absolutely amazing what you could do with it. I wish, though, it's limited to a MIDI, basically. You can put a 1/4-inch jack. You could run a guitar through it, but there'd be no reason, like a regular acoustic, there'd be no reason to do that, because it just goes straight through it. It won't use the synthesizer. But it did come with, they call it a splitter, and I haven't spent a lot of time with it, but I think you could take any guitar, use that splitter, because it has a 13-pin, and convert it, and then run your acoustic through it. So it's something I have to learn about. So I'm working on it, and I've learned quite a bit. And somewhere down the line, when I get comfortable, I'll do a video. I better back up here. I'm going to miss. Okay. Flat wound strings. Okay, that's a good one, Bubba, talking about strings. I had that on the list in terms of the strings that I like. Why do you like the flat wounds? What does it do that? I guess I don't know too much about that. I need to look into it. That's interesting. When I get strings, I always go back to elixirs. It just seems like that. But I do like String Joy. I like the Dario, the new coated ones, or I think they call them the XS. Those are pretty nice. In fact, that guitar that I bought for $125 just recently, the Ibanez, that little guitar. I put the Darios on it. It sounds really great. So, in fact, I don't know if I changed it out, but I did a video. Yeah, I did a video that's going to come out tonight. You haven't seen it yet. I haven't edited it yet, but I used that guitar, and it sounds really good. Let's see. But as far as strings, I like the Martin titaniums, and they're very expensive. So I don't buy them. I buy elixirs most of the time. But I have to say that I use the titanium on my one of my Martins, and it's been on there for about 4 months, and they still sound great. They're not fraying. They don't look like they're worn, and I've played it quite a bit. So so that's a really nice string. Let's see what else we got going here. Scat, you love the elixirs. Use them. Oh, so the flat is for less string noise. Huh. Oh, I'll look into that and check it out. That's interesting. You have the dragon skins, and I've tried those too. In fact, I had a set of those that were different colors. I haven't used them. I gave them to somebody. Let's see. The Dario's coated strings. You don't like them, huh? That's interesting. You like the elixirs, the 1152s. Yeah, I usually use 1253s, but I always end up going back to elixirs. They last, and I like the polywebs. They just seem mellower to me. Yeah, there's a little heavier coating on them, so they last a little longer. At least that's what I think. It's probably not true, but that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, so that's interesting. Let's see here. Um, uh, how about guitar cases? I kind of touched on this a little bit, but like if you're traveling, do you have a certain case that you like? Or I brought this up about the mono cases. I sometimes think that those types of cases, those soft cases like mono, are probably better protection than a hard case. Now, somebody might argue with me on that one. I mean, I wouldn't send it through the airline with it. But I saw some videos when they were first came out and they showed them throwing them off of roofs. They don't do that anymore. They probably lost a few guitars. But the point is that they're really good protection of the neck, the way they're made inside. And I have to admit, the mono cases that I have they're really nice and very heavy padding, and the neck support is incredible. They're really, really nice cases. They cost a little bit, but I think they're worth it, especially for travel. So what about that? Do any of you have travel? Let's see what we got here. So GHS steel and silk. Oh, that's interesting. Not the Martin steel and silk, but the GHS. Okay. I've never tried those before, Madeline. Let me see if I missed anything here. Roland has human vocals. Yes, it does. And I actually tapped into that, and it's hilarious. It sounds like somebody's talking when you're playing. Let's see here. I use username shovel when you played PoE. Now I don't know anything about those video games, so that I can't speak to. The only games that I play online, I play word games, the Wordle. I like that. I played it's like a Scrabble game too. Connections, I like that. Solitaire. I'm old. Let's see. You use a soft case, Bubba, for getting on an off day on the boats. Oh, that's interesting. So you're a boat person. Do you go fishing? I used to love to fish. I haven't fished in so long. I need to go fishing. SKB case, no mishap so far. Okay, that's interesting. Is that hard shell? That's a hard shell. Okay, let's see. Gig bag in the car and the plain hard case recommended. Yeah, I would say that's probably true. In fact, the different cases that I've sent on an airline, I didn't not only put it in a some kind of a supportive case, but I put it inside a guitar box with bubble wrap around it, and then sent that through the airlines and never had a problem. So yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we've run out of time and I've run out of voice. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, a retired towboat captain. How interesting. That is so neat. You know, there's something wonderful about sitting on the shore and watching a towboat. That is so neat. Wow. And you retired from it. I mean, to me, that's just as neat as being the engineer on the railroad. Alvarez, that's interesting. You should put the Alvarez up, Mary, because I played Alvarez, their latest one. I think it's called the Elite Series. And I forgot where I was at. Oh, it was at McCabe's in LA. And I was just floored by it. No, it wasn't that store. It was another one. It was where I bought my Godin at. I almost walked out with that Alvarez. I was just totally blown away by it. It sounds so good. And it had an LR bags in it. The Stage Pro, which is a really, really good pickup. Fiber. Let's see, you can say that again. Okay, as an old sailor, we always had to watch for those towboats. When you're coming over for homemade apple pie, I would love to have homemade apple pie. Especially if the crust is good. Oh my goodness. Put just a little dab of vanilla on the side and I'm in heaven. You love your Alvarez. Yeah, they're beautiful guitars. Alvarez and Eastman, that's two that totally surprised me. And I really like the Mac and Mars, so the McKinsey and Mar guitars too for low cost guitars. I've played like 3 of them now, and every time I was so surprised at how fantastic they sound. But their prices have gone up. I mean, they're going up, and part of it's because of all the changes now with the tariffs. So you love your T5Z. Yeah, I wish I didn't get rid of mine. I wish I would have just fixed the switch. All I had to do was put another one in. It wouldn't have been that difficult. Oh my goodness, the guitar itself still had so much life to it. Somebody has a good guitar somewhere because I sold it. Anyways, agreed. Let's see, my bees have sweetened it. Oh, that's neat. That's your apple pie. All right. Well, we have to end right here because we just ran out of time. It's 6:31. And we have any questions before I go? Anything you wanted to ask you didn't get a chance to ask? Okay, for those of you that are members, don't forget that on the 24th, we have a Zoom call coming up. And that's so much fun, you guys. If any of you ever get a chance, even if you just did a membership for just 1 month, I don't care if you turn it off, and just join us. It's so much fun. It's just a really neat time because we get to see each other and talk back and forth, and people share their guitars. We have one person on there that's building their own. It's really a lot of fun. Do I offer one-on-one lessons? I haven't done that. I just don't have the time right now. But I'll like teach a young person if they're close by or at the church or something, need someone to kind of walk them through. But no, I haven't been doing that. How's my garden growing? Oh, I went out there and looked today. Well, there's a couple of things happening. One, I don't know if you know what, it's like a white, weird foamy stuff that grows on top of the dirt. Every once in a while, it's just little spots. I pulled it off and threw it in the garbage can. And I don't know how to get rid of that. That's one thing that's happened with it. But as far as the plants, they're very healthy. I have tomatoes that are already on the plants. I have cucumbers that are coming in. Some are pretty good size, both lemon and burpless. The plants are just thriving. But it might be that I'm just overwatering them. So that's what's going on with the garden. And so if anybody has gardening tips, send me an email. And if you ever want to know what my email is, look under the description. You'll find it there. Send me an email. Tell me. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it right there. And I thank you all for joining us. And I hope you all have a great evening. Or maybe it's morning. I don't know where you're. We have some people from different places, so I'm not sure what time it is there. But thanks for joining in. And I hope you all have a great day, night, whatever it is. All right. I'll see you all later. Blessings to you too.